Is it any wonder that there is a trust deficit between the West and Pakistan?
It is complete ignorance. The Americans did not understand what the Haqqani network was.
What was it?
Haqqani is a tribe. It's a Pashtun tribe living in Afghanistan. The Haqqani tribe lives in Afghanistan. 40 years ago, when the Afghan Jihad took place, we had 5 million Afghan refugees in Pakistan. Amongst them were a few of the Haqqanis. And the Haqqanis were Mujahideen, were fighting the Soviets. They were born in a Pakistan refugee camp. So what they were asking us was that in these refugee camps, 3 million people living in the refugee camps, we were supposed to check which one of them was Taliban and which not.
That doesn't deny the fact that the Pakistan Intelligence Agency has been funding and supporting the Taliban through the Haqqani network.
Funding. You know the total budget of Pakistan? It's $50 billion for 220 million people. $50 billion. Americans were spending $300 million a day. They spent $2 trillion. Was Pakistan, did we have the capacity to fund another war? We can barely meet our own expenses.
You have admitted that Pakistan's intelligence agency has close ties to the Haqqani network. Leverage those connections to get the Taliban effectively to the negotiating table. You've always supported dialogue with the Taliban. How much do you, sir, support their ideology? And what is your red line? The strict interpretation of Sharia law as we are seeing it acted out in Afghanistan today?
Becky, let's take two different things you've said. Pakistan's ties with the Afghan Taliban, Pakistan's intelligence agencies. Intelligence agencies' job is to have connections with everyone. They speak to everyone. The US CIA would be speaking to Taliban. You know, they have to. That's the job of intelligence agencies. Question is, was Pakistan in a position to take military action against the Afghan Taliban when it was already being attacked from inside? The Pakistani Taliban were attacking the state of Pakistan. Let me just clarify about the Haqqani. Haqqani tribe is in Afghanistan. It's a tribe there. Some of the Haqqani leadership one was born in a Pakistani refugee camp. So
and they go back and forth across the border.
There is no border. There was never any border. But Becky, have we got any choice right now? Now tell me, if you do not back this government and do not help the people of Afghanistan right now, it's not a question of people of Afghanistan, Taliban, it's people of Afghanistan. If the world international community does not help them, what choice have we got?
How would you qualify the US-Pakistan relationship today? And what sort of relationship do you want to see with the US?
Unfortunately, you know, our relationship during this whole, the US occupation of Afghanistan was a terrible relationship. It was, the US said we are paying Pakistan, you know, and they paid us $9 billion for civilian aid and $11 billion for military aid. And they said, we're paying you, and so we were like a hired gun. In Pakistan, people, I'm not talking about the leadership because I think we were let down by our leadership. The people felt that here, by joining the US, we had the bombs going on everywhere. Benazir Bhutto was killed because of that. Our economy tanked. I mean, we have $150 billion plus we lost to the economy. What I would like a relationship with the US is now, like the US has a relationship with India. You know, not one-dimensional relationship where they're paying us to fight. We want a normal relationship.
I promised to ask you about the risks to Pakistan's national security if the situation in Afghanistan doesn't improve. So explain what you believe those risks are and just how concerned you are at present.
The biggest concern are refugees. The biggest concern are refugees. We already have 3 million refugees in Pakistan. We cannot, our country cannot afford more refugees. We have come out of a very difficult economic situation. We cannot take more refugees. The second worry is terrorism. We had 3 sets of terrorists in Afghanistan using the soil to attack us: ISIS, Pakistani Taliban, and the Baloch terrorists. So if there is chaos in Afghanistan, if there's not stability there, then we have these 2 major problems looming in front of us. We are the country that is going to suffer the most.